in specify ledger options?
There is a secondary ledger. We need to choose a secondary ledger. That's correct or not?
Okay. So while working with the ledger, specify ledger options, we are supposed to choose this checkbox.
Yeah.
Synchronize reversal between primary and secondary ledgers. If we check this checkbox, automatically it will synchronize the information between primary as well as the secondary ledger. This is very important. In the interview point of view, they'll ask us only these questions. I would like to go for auto reversal after open the period. Where do you configure? We'll do it while working with specify ledger options. Check this checkbox. Run auto reverse after open period here only. Okay. So this reversal related for reversal setups will be performing here. So whenever we are doing the practice, we have to just read these things multiple times, then we can easily do that. Okay. Yes. Yes, Rajeshwari, what are mandatory fields in specify ledger options?
So there are two fields. One is we have to select the journal language, which is American English. And the second field is retained earnings account field, where we have to select the retained earning account code combination in that and then save it, sir.
Okay. Where two fields are mandatory. One is journal language, another one is retained earning account.
Right, sir.
We have opened the period. If the period is in open status, we can create the journals as well as we can post the journals. If the period is in future enterable status, can we create a journal?
We can create journal, not post.
Yeah,
Yes.
we can create the journal, but we cannot post it, I guess.
Can we reverse the journal?
Yes, sir,
We can reverse.
No, one at a time, only one person. Already I'm interacting with Rajeshwari. So what is the, can we reverse the journals in future enterable period?
No, sir, we cannot reverse it in future enterable periods.
Okay. So you cannot reverse. For example, we are in March period right now. We created journal. As per our auto reversal setup, it's telling that next period we wanted to go for reverse. So next period means April period, but April period is in future enterable period. Can we go ahead with, will it work? Will it generate the journals?
Sir, I'm not sure about this, so I'll just recheck and get back. Probably.
It will allow, because creating the reverse journal is just entering the journals only, right? If the period is in future enterable status, it will allow us to create the reverse journals, but we cannot go for posting. When we try to do it posting, then it will show the error message, period is not in open status. Period is not in open status. That's
right, sir.
Yes, Sri, what is implementation project?
Actually, so whatever offerings or offers that we avail for a project to do all the setup, that process is the implementation project.
Okay, implementation project is like grouping all our offerings, whatever we are implementing for the client,
whatever
where we will where we will maintain all our functional setups.
Right.
Okay. Yes. Supreet, what is mean by ledger? What is the basic definition of ledger? What is the basic definition of ledger? Yes, SM.
In accounting or just for fusion purpose?
It's basically, it's a bit definition point of view. What is primary ledger?
Okay, primary ledger is basically from fusion perspective. It is where we record the final transaction balances, and to create that primary ledger, we need the 4 C's.
What are that? What are the forces?
So one is currency, one is the accounting calendar, the convention, accounting convention, and the chart of accounts.
So we need forces: currency, calendar, chart of accounts, and compliance method.
Yeah.
So in accounting calendar, I would like to have multiple adjustment periods. Can we create?
Yeah, we can create as many, but generally it's one, but we can create more than one.
More than one adjustment periods we can create in calendar. Is it?
Yeah, it's generally it's only one recommended one, but we can select more than one also.
Okay. Can we create a journal without journal batch in GL?
No, automatically it will create a, if we don't give the name, it will automatically create a journal batch. It is like the inbuilt functionality. A journal batch is there for every journal.
Okay. Raj, can you go ahead with the roles of the GL module? What are the roles required for GL?
Yes, so there are basically 5 roles: a general accountant role, general accounting manager role, financial consultant role, uh, controller role, and chief financial officer role. These are the 5 roles.
Okay. So what is the data access we are supposed to provide for all this?
Uh,
What is
we
the
give
security context?
primary ledger, sir. We need to give access to the primary ledger.
Data access set, nothing but a primary ledger.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Can we assign multiple ledgers to the same user?
Yes, sir. We can assign multiple ledgers.
Okay. So after, for example, I had an employee and created user account and I have added the role. Do I need to run the LDAP process for this?
Yes, sir. Basically, if we run the LDAP process, it gets synchronized. But
No. My question is very clear. I
sorry.
have hired employee, I created user account and I have added the role. I just wanted to know the roles has been reflected or not. For this, do we need to run the LDAP process?
No. For that, we don't need to run it, sir, because clearly we can see that. So we don't need to run LDAP for that.
Okay. Which scenario we required LDAP process?
Usually, after we do primary, we give data access primary ledger. Then we usually run data access. Then we usually. I'm not clear, sir.
So
Just,
once we provide data access, then only
yeah,
we are
then
going
we have to
to
run the LDAP job. Yes. We need to navigate to schedule processes, and then there we select LDAP. Then we run.
So what is the abbreviation for LDAP?
Lightweight directory access
Protocol. What it will do?
protocol.
What it will do
It will
exactly?
synchronize the data. So whatever we have creating, so it gets synchronizes with the data.
It will synchronize the user's roles and data access
Data.
information internally, so that the
Yes.
moment when user log into the application, according to that, user will be able to access the application as well as the data.
Right, sir.
So you are going to provide the data access for the user or for the role or for the user and role combination.
User and role combination.
Okay, you are going to select the username and role name, and then you are going to provide this.
Not username, sir, only role.
So in data access, are you going to select only role name?
I
Are you
think it's
select
user and role, sir.
user and role combination?
Right, sir.
To this, for example. Okay. So if we want to find out what are the data access assigned for my user, for example, how you can do that?
For that, we
Yes,
we
SM.
have to, yeah.
SM.
Sir, we will have to select that option user with data access.
Okay.
Put the name and then click on search.
Okay. So you can go for click search button so that we can find what data access we have provided, right?
Yeah.
I would like to go for roll back this data access. How we can do it?
Sir, what do you want?
For example, I have assigned this data access to the user. I wanted to go for rollback, means I wanted to delete.
Sir, just select it and you can, I think you can remove it from here only.
Here,
can go to
where is the
action.
option?
Maybe action and delete or something.
Actions.
Yeah, yes, action. See, revoke
Revoke
Data
data
access.
access assignment.
yeah.
Okay, actions menu and revoke data access assignment. So if at all you would like to go for upload the bulk data, then we'll be using this export all data access. There is a spreadsheet option. By using this, we can go for upload the data into the applications. This all we will be able to perform the activities here. Okay. Then next is Shri. Are you able to hear me? Is my voice?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Sri, in chart of accounting structure, whenever we are going to configure, what are the mandatory segments required?
Mandatory segments are two. One is the primary balancing segment, that is the company one, and the second one is account, that is the natural account segment. But other than that, depending on the requirements of the company, we add revision, intercompany, and future segments, future one and future two. And along with the COA structure, we need to make the COA instance also.
Okay, company and natural, company and
Yes.
account segment, two things are mandatory.
Yeah.
Okay, so whenever we are working with the ledgers, for example, we have configured one chart of accounting structure. I want to use this chart of accounting structure for multiple ledgers. Can we use it?
For multiple. Yes, sir. We can use the chart of accounting structure for multiple ledgers, but we are using the chart of account instance. That is why instance is created.
Okay, you are
all
creating you said that for the same structure, we can create multiple instances and use it in multiple ledgers.
Yeah.
That is
Yes.
what actually the procedure.
Yes.
Okay, same way, I have a calendar, accounting calendar. I want to use it in multiple ledgers.
Accounting calendar. Yes, sir. You can use if the the calendar structure is same like in India as we use day, month, and year. If it is like the same structure, then we can use the same accounting calendar for all the ledgers.
Okay, for example, we have defined accounting calendar, and that calendar I am using in ledger 1 and ledger 2. Okay, in ledger 1, I have opened the periods.
Okay.
Will the periods open in ledger 2 also? Because same calendar we are using there also, right?
So let me think. Yes, sir. I think it will get. Sir, I'm not sure on that.
Okay, so it will not be that.
Okay, it will not get opened. Okay.
It will not get open. You can check it once because that is just calendar. So when you go ahead with the ledgers, then it will go for open status and closed status that we are maintaining at ledger level, not at calendar level. Calendar will provide list of periods, periods, whatever we have defined. Okay.
But so in case of ledger set,
Let's say we'll do it. It won't take much time. So what I'm trying to do is we have already accounting calendar, right? Let's go for primary ledger. Manage primary ledgers. So US primary ledger. What is the calendar? Accounting calendar is this. Right. I want to know any other ledgers are there with this calendar. Press enter key. There are multiple ledgers. See, there are multiple ledgers has been defined with the same calendar. Calendar is same. So in those ledgers, for example, US primary ledger is there, UK primary ledger is there. In both ledgers, same calendar we are using. But here the period might be March is open, April, May also might be open. But in UK, this will be different. Okay. So for checking this, I just wanted to check this practically. So what we'll do is this user is not an employee. So I think we have an employee called supply chain management HCM employee. Let's just go to security console. Yes, Suresh, what are implementation roles we have?
IT security manager and application implementation consultant.
Okay. IT security manager and application implementation consultant. Okay. So what IT security manager will do?
It allow us to create the user and assign the roles and also related to security console.
Okay. So it will give the permission, it will give the access to the security console environment where we can manage the users and we can go for manage the roles. Manage means create, update, delete, and search. All operations can be performed.
Yes.
Right. Worry underscore GL underscore accountant. This is one role we are going to add. Another role, worry underscore GL underscore accounting manager. And then click done button, save and close. So what are the two fields mandatory to hire an employee?
Legal employer and business unit, sir.
Legal employer and a business unit.
Business unit.
Okay. So what is the enterprise structure hierarchy?
First, we define the enterprise and then we define division, sir. Division is optional.
Okay.
And then we go for ledgers and primary
Legal entity.
sorry sir, legal entity and then ledgers and then we go to create the business unit and inventory org.
So we cannot say like this, right?
Sorry.
So when they ask us what is enterprise structure is used to configure an organization hierarchy. Whenever we are implementing Fusion Financials or Fusion HCM to the client, first we'll gather the client organization hierarchy structure. It means the client headquarters, company details, established information, number of countries. As per Fusion applications, first we have to define enterprise. Within the enterprise, we have to define the division. Within the division, we'll define the legal entities. This legal entity should be associated with the ledger and LDZ. Then within the ledger, we are supposed to define the business unit. Within the business unit, inventory organizations are going to be defined. That's how we are supposed to give the explanation. Okay. So if we say that in a general way, already I have given this, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, the enterprise structure setups information. Then we are supposed to go for ledger setup. Yeah, this one only I'm asking. Simple English. First, we'll define the enterprise. Within that, we'll define divisions. Within that, we'll define ledger. And within the divisions, we'll define legal entities associated with the ledgers and LDZ. Within the legal entity, business units and reference data sets. Within the BU, inventories will be defined. We don't need to explain sub-inventory locations and items because that's required for supply chain management consultant. Okay, so what I'm trying to do is I'm assigning two ledgers for the same user. One is US primary ledger, another one is UK primary ledger. I'm going to assign here. UK primary ledger. Just 1 minute, please. It seems someone trying to join. Okay, so same thing we are going to assign again. User is same, the role is different. So we are going to assign the data access for user and role combination. We must choose the username as well as the role name. US primary ledger. So this is all we have to do practically. If we do it practically, then what happened whenever we are attending for an interviews, we can speak confidently. And also the screens will come automatically into our, in our mind. The moment when they ask us the question about this, the screen will automatically comes into our mind. That is very important for functional consultant. So most of the people, they'll be asking, how will you remember all these checkboxes and options and task name? It's because of the number of times scenarios. We are already taking the assignment wise, right? I said 44 to 50 assignments. So this is today's 5th assignment, like that. If we do it every time, this is a new one, what we are doing now, right? So we'll be able to find very easily. Run this LDAP process, submit. If you are going to listen the session and watch the videos, you cannot face the interview confidently, but when you do practice, let's say your confidence level will be increased. Okay. Then you will be able to work. Now Kelvin Roth user is able to log into the application. Okay, so first I'm checking whether he's able to access the role or not. General accounting, yeah, journals, and whenever you go for period close. So already we have seen that calendar is same for both the ledgers, but the moment whenever we go for this ledger, it's still working.
So this intercompany period is by default.
Sorry, which one?
The intercompany period.
Intercompany transactions, is it?
Now, sir, at the see underneath that intercompany period.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
If you have enabled intercompany segment label for the segments, by default will get that for intercompany transactions.
Okay. So for that, we don't have to separately open the period, or
Yeah, that is we have separate. Intercompany transactions is a separate concept, and we have to open that separately so that we can perform the transactions in that.
okay.
Yes. Since it's still taking some time to get those details. Okay, that's anyway. It's basically the answer is we will have different periods statuses, and the same calendar might be used in the multiple ledgers. Okay. Yes. Yes, Raj, can you tell what are the mandatory setups we have to perform after creating the ledger?
So, yes, sir. After creating a primary ledger, we have to review and submit it.
No,
Give
that is last, right?
Data access and
After creating the ledger, first we are supposed to attach our legal entity to the ledger, right?
right,
Legal
sir.
entity should be assigned to the ledger. Then we have to assign balancing segment to the legal entities. After that, we have to submit the review and submit program to prepare the accounting entries and queues. Right. So
So we
after
also have to
creating the-
specify the ledger
Yes.
options, right?
Yes. After defining the primary ledger, assign the legal entity to the ledger, specify ledger options where we will configure journal language and retain as account. And after that, we'll go for assign balancing segment values to the legal entity. Then we'll go for review and submit account configuration. After that, we have to check what is the status of our ledger. Is it success or not? Okay. So then we will be going for the next step, business unit configuration. Okay.
Yeah.
I
So
have
this
a
is,
question here.
sorry,
Sir, I have a question here.
please go ahead.
Why do we need to assign the balancing segment value to the legal entity? What is the necessity for that?
1 minute. What is the assigning
Necessity for
balancing
assigning-
segment
yes.
values to the legal entity? Yes.
Yes.
So legal entity is nothing but your registered office, legal
Yes.
office, right? So
Mhm.
in that legal entity, we have defined two companies, two different types of company sectors. So whenever we want to create a journals for those two legal entities, we are supposed to clearly mention that these two segment values we are using for accounting entries. Because end of the year, the company must have the complete trial balance, right? In that trial
Yes.
balance, what are the balancing segment values we want to consider for the reporting purpose?
Okay, so
That's why we
if
will
there are
choose.
3 companies, we can also select only 2 of them for the balancing segment values. It is like that. I mean,
We
if
can
three companies-
do that. If you select only two segments, what happened? We will be able to create accounting entries only for that two
2.
segments.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
That's why it is mandatory. We are supposed to assign. Okay. So it seems
Okay.
instance is a little bit slow. That's fine. We'll take up that another instance and we will go ahead. I just wanted to show this practically having the same calendar for multiple ledgers. But anyway, already it's proved that we have multiple ledgers with the same calendar. Okay.
Sir, another
Thank you.
scenario